Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm gonna show you around my garden. We have been for a few days away with the bushcraft show and I have done a few things in the garden since the last time I filmed it, because I think it's been about 3 weeks, so we have a huge change. So let me show you around. So I think guys, I'm gonna start with my favorite bed at the moment. I have here my parsnips. As you can see, those guys are absolutely huge. I have some mizuna, which looks like it's going to flower a little bit, but that's okay, they're still edible. I have some lettuce, which is doing marvelous. I've got some I think they're called tiny tim pumpkins growing up there. I did cover this with mesh because I keep having the birds eating and nibbling on the leaves. Yes, leaves, believe it or not. Here, whilst I'm on this side, I show you I've got gooseberries that are doing absolutely brilliantly, and the same with my currants. I've got the black currants and red currants. It's a little bit of Heath Robinson currant up with the thingy like that, but Daniel eventually will make me a wooden frame, which I've been asking for ages, but those bushes are still growing and we need time and a lot of wood to do this, but they are doing okay. Oh, sorry, you're focusing on that. And yes, can't wait to get some berries. So let me go around. I'll show you on this side before we come in. This was my curly leaf parsley and it's now going to seed. I'm gonna let it seed here by itself, and I have some squash. I think it's a butternut squash on this side, and the idea is like last year they're going to be trailing up the top, going all the way and creating a little bit more of a shade here. Right, this was my carrot bed, and you can see the carrots are coming up great. However, I have a lot of rocket invaded my space here. I have grown the rocket in the corner, but obviously it's self-seeded. And to be fair guys, my motor is, if it wants to grow there, I'm just gonna let it grow there. Because funnily enough, I tried seeded rocket in a different bed and it barely came up. So I just let the nature do the best, to be fair. So I've got here some more rocket I've planted. I've got some kohlrabi that's gonna go somewhere. I've got leftover 3 pumpkins that I'm intending to climb somewhere here. I'm not sure really how. This is my shaded bed. Okay, I've got some oregano. Beetroots are not doing that well, to be fair. And here guys, I have a lemongrass grown from the shop bought lemongrass. I will show you later. I've got some already there in water, basically rooting up, and now they've been planted up, and I'm not sure whether the roots are grown through yet. Yeah, I think growing through slowly. So yeah, it's basically taken, and the lemongrass grows the same way as a normal clumping grass. It just creates little things underneath and just comes up, and obviously you eat the bottom part. So, and here as well guys, I'm growing a ginger. First year's attempt, growing ginger from the shop bought ginger. So we'll see how it goes and I'll keep you posted. So let's go to the other side. So, okay, you can see the herb bed has filled out nicely. Oregano is usually, it's taken over my bed. It's huge, but I love cooking with it in the winter, so I have no problem with this whatsoever. I have sage that's filling out a bit. I have a lot of mint that's also filled out. I have the bay leaf, I have some chives. I've got the lemon thyme and normal thyme. I have put in the middle here some French beans, and I think it's an odd pea. It's literally odds and sods bed. I've got 1 tomato and a corn. Again, I know you shouldn't grow corn alone by itself, but it's just odd one out. This is my temp of a rocket here. You can see it's a bit poor, so yeah, I think I'm gonna be harvesting it from the other side. Right, I've got courgette that's gonna go here. I've got a few tomatoes that are doing okay there, and another courgette on the other side. Okay, here my strawberries, they seem to be doing lovely. Here we go, look, there's not a huge amount of them there, but they are doing okay. I've got 2, I'm trying the first time to grow tomatoes in the bags, which I showed you before, and now this is what I have. It's still a bit messy on the other side, but I'll explain why. So I've got my tomatoes, okay, there's a whole multitude of mixture of tomatoes. I have some runner beans, a little bit of peas there, and this is only guys because I'm growing majority in my allotment. I only planted selection of those things here to know roughly the time the stuff is ready to pick at the allotment, so I don't have to drive there and check it out. Okay, So we have a bunch of onions in there. Hopefully you can see that. They're doing okay considering it's a bit shady. So yes, more beans up here. And I have, what do you call them? Oh my God, I've forgotten. Literally, I forgot the name of them. Anyway, I'm growing them to harvest the seeds for drying, basically. Right here, if I just turn around, sorry. I've been not given, but somebody in the allotment were clearing out some strawberries. They're growing outside their path. They said, oh, help yourself. So I dug a lot of them out, but they're not all of them taken, but that's okay. Considering they were free, I dug out quite a few. If some of them even take, then I'll be happy. I had those pots, right, from IKEA a few years back, and I got them on sale at £2.70 something each. And I had a huge success growing strawberries in there before. Although this is not the final place for them, but they're here for the moment just because. Here, this is the bed that I was digging out and it was covered. Things are kind of going down nicely. So here, Daniel will build me a raised bed to match this one, although they'll be made of wood. And I have a bunch of mushrooms in there. Look at that, because I had this covered up. I don't think they're edible, right? I am, at the moment, doing a test of growing oyster mushrooms. They're currently in the bag. But yeah, I don't know what they are. They're kind of obviously dry already, but there we are. So the big raised bed here. My tomatoes here under little greenhouse, which is going to come out. They're doing okay. I'm going to stake them up probably today because they are obviously getting a bit tall for the little greenhouse. So there we are. So here I have some more of the strawberries that I dug out. Again, not the best of, but if a few of them survive, then I'll be absolutely happy. So this is my first lot of outdoor tomatoes. I think they're gigantimals. They're doing okay. Courgette's not doing too bad. And then we've got sunflower there in the middle as well. And they've got some wild strawberries growing around chives. And if you can see, guys, all of the herbs and plants are intermingling, and I am letting them do so. As I said, I do prefer the nature to take its course. I've got strawberries there as well, if you can see. So I would love to be in the summer, and I'm sure in the middle of the summer this is all going to be really filled out and green. This is exactly what I'm looking for. Oh, broad beans, here they are. Remembered, sorry. Broad beans, okay? Leftover broad beans in the pot. Potato that's meant to be going to the allotment that never did. I've got some more peas, lupins, and I have my raspberries with a peony, beautiful pink peony that's there. I have some hanging baskets that never got hung. I've got wild strawberries and weeds, and I'll correct myself, weeds, not wheat. And I've got some bay leaf that's not doing so well there, and not hydrangea. Oh my god, typically, guys, every time I'm trying to film I forget the name of the bleeding plants. Anyway, let me show you greenhouses. Sorry, on the way to greenhouses, forgot to say I have some leftover peas that I literally have no space in the allotment or in my garden, so I think I'm just going to chuck them there in the corner. I've got some nasturtiums which I'm planning to climb up the greenhouse. As you can see, I've covered both of the greenhouse with the camouflage netting because it's so hot and we've been having this heat wave for such a long time, or planning to be for such a long time, so I'm kind of covering it up. So I've got a couple of cucumbers and a rocket in between. They're doing a bit crap, to be fair. I've got some extra tomatoes that are here and another courgette in the shade. Right, this one is an interesting one. They were the peas, the shop bought peas, the peas that you eat. And they, have a look how tall they are. They're probably pushing about 90 centimeters in height right now. And the flowers are only starting to appear. It's really, really weird. But they kind of, look at them. They are really, really tall. So I'm be very interested to see what's going to happen. So in the greenhouse, guys, it's absolutely a mess again. But remember, I've taken a lot of the stuff out. A lot of stuff got planted out to the allotment. So this is kind of the drabs of the things that are left. And the just usual shit that lives in the greenhouses. So I've got cucumbers that are going to be potted up very, very soon in the big pots, and they're going to go in the ground. I have basil, which I'm going to separate really soon. But that's, again, this is done. Excuse the lighting. It's because of I literally camoed. So anyway, right. So I've got some lettuce that's going to be going outside. I've got leftover peppers. I've got some cabbages, some sprouting broccoli, and I have cress. That seems to fail every time. It goes to flower. It's not always been in the greenhouse, but for some reason I just cannot make it work. So, right, let's on to the next one. So, second greenhouse. This is the normal peas, the growing peas, right? And you can see they're literally half the size, and they have started to flower already. I've got, excuse the mess again, this is like our abandoned corn. We've got IBC tank in there in the end connected to the chicken coop, and I've got some more peas there, which is, again, this is mess, the corner we don't really get to see. And this is the second greenhouse, which is a tomato and a pepper one. The tomatoes are not doing that. They're okay. This greenhouse is slightly chillier because of the shade from a chicken coop. However, they are doing a-okay, and they started to have, right, some flowers on it. And this is, I believe, a gigantomore because of the size of the mega bloom here. So I'm really looking forward to that. I've got some marigolds that I planted up, which are going to be going outside to fill up the gaps. And here I have a few chili peppers, which are really, really small. I'm kind of a bit disappointed, but they are all right. They hopefully catch up. Last year I had a problem with the green fly on the peppers. It's pretty much annihilated my whole crop. And I have a normal sweet peppers. Again, they're pretty tiny at the moment, so I'm not sure whether we're going to make it this year or not. And yes, I have my leeks, and to be fair, guys, I have no idea where I'm going to put them. The allotment, I have the space, but I need to dig it a lot, and I just not really had the time to do it. So they're kind of here at the moment, and yeah, we'll see. I don't know. And then I got the leftover of my tomatoes here. So that's that. So guys, before I go, I wanted to show you about the lemongrass, okay? So this is what's in my kitchen, okay? And I've put this in there just over a week ago, and we can see, look, you can see that? The roots appearing, and it's literally as simple as, so long as the lemongrass, it's still got the little stump attached to it, excuse me. So long as it's still got the stump attached to it when you buy it, it will root really, really easily. And you know this, as soon as it literally is put down the root, the green tops are start growing like spring onion does anyway. So literally, as soon as the roots fill up the cup, I then transfer them to the pot, and you can see they are doing really, really well. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. I will show you allotment on the next video because it is a little bit of a mess there, and not, to be fair, not that much of a change there since the last time I filmed it. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye bye.